Dulles International Airport sees a package containing several dead birds inside a passenger's luggage.
The two bags hidden in one of the toilets of the Jet Airways flight triggered first a bomb scare.
Have you ever walked through airport security and wondered what crazy stuff they find? Like when they caught a guy with a live tiger in his suitcase at Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok. Airport security isn't just about keeping us safe. It's like opening a box of surprises each day. From cocaine and fake pregnancy belly to guns hidden in live chicken, you won't believe what people try to sneak through.
Allegedly trying to smuggle 2 kilograms of cocaine.
In this video, we'll show you 15 of the craziest things ever found by airport security. Trust me, you'll want to hear about number 2. It's wild! Number 15. Spanish police discovered 2 migrants hidden inside mattresses. In Spain, the police stumbled upon 2 young men hidden inside mattresses at an airport. These guys were trying to get into Europe, looking for a better life, but ended up in a really tight spot, literally. You can imagine the scene. These mattresses were part of a shipment, and when the customs officers decided to check, they found human shapes inside. The smuggling was orchestrated by human traffickers known as coyotes, who charge a fortune for these risky journeys. The migrants, both in their early 20s, had no idea where they were headed. They just wanted out of their desperate situations. This incident led to the arrest of the traffickers, but it's a grim reminder of how far some will go in search of safety and opportunity. Spain sees thousands of such attempts each year, with border control catching only a fraction. It's a sad, scary story, but also a testament to the extreme measures people take when they feel they have no other options. But if you think that's shocking, wait until you hear about a passenger who thought it was okay to bring dead birds through customs. Number 14. Dead birds found in passengers' luggage. Now here's a story that's both weird and a bit gross. At Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C., security found a passenger's bag filled with dead birds. Imagine the shock on the TSA agent's face when they saw that instead of clothes or souvenirs, there were these tiny, lifeless bodies packed in there. The passenger claimed they were for cat food, but come on, who travels with dead birds for that? The situation got even more complicated because the birds were from China, raising concerns about avian flu. The U.S. has strict laws about importing animals or animal parts without permits, especially from regions where diseases could spread. This incident led to immediate action. The birds were incinerated to prevent any risk. It's baffling, right? But it's a reminder of how serious customs can be about protecting public health and safety. Speaking of strange items, you won't believe what one traveler tried to sneak past security by hiding inside a DVD player. Number 13. Gun hidden in DVD player. This one is straight out of a spy movie, but with a twist of, what were they thinking? At JFK Airport, security found a gun hidden inside a DVD player in someone's checked luggage. The gun was wrapped in aluminum foil, probably hoping it would slip through the scanners. But guess what? Airport security isn't fooled that easily. They use X-ray machines that can spot the outline of a gun even inside another object. The person was heading to Mexico, and let me tell you, U.S. laws are pretty clear about firearms on flights. You can transport guns in checked luggage, but they've got to be declared, packed properly, and without ammo. This guy faced arrest, hefty fines, and a criminal record. The TSA seized over 4,400 guns at checkpoints in 2019 alone, with many loaded, which shows how often people try to bend these rules. And if you thought a gun in a DVD player was wild, check out the next story about a tiger cub smuggled in a suitcase. Number 12. Tiger cub found in suitcase. Okay, this one is wild literally. At Bangkok International Airport, security discovered a baby tiger cub hidden in a suitcase, drugged and packed alongside stuffed toys. The woman carrying the suitcase was heading to Iran, where exotic pets can fetch a pretty penny. The cub was only 3 months old, sedated to keep quiet, and the suitcase was flagged because it was too heavy. Imagine the surprise when the X-ray showed a live animal. The woman claimed she had no idea what was in there, but that excuse didn't fly. She was arrested for wildlife smuggling, facing up to 4 years in prison and massive fines. Thailand has strict laws against this, knowing well how damaging the illegal pet trade can be. It's a sad story for the cub, who was in poor condition but fortunately rescued by animal protection groups. From animals to drugs, the next tale is about a man who hid something in the most unexpected place: his wig. Number 11. Man caught with pound of cocaine under his wig. This tale from Barcelona airport would be almost comical if it weren't for the seriousness of the crime. A man from Colombia wearing an unusually high hairpiece caught the attention of security. Turns out he had a pound of cocaine taped under his wig.
All the presumptive tests have indicated that there is heroin.
That's right, under his fake hair. The drugs were worth about $34,000 on the street, neatly bundled for smuggling. He was arrested, and it's a clear example of how desperate, or perhaps how foolish, some smugglers can get. Drug smuggling techniques evolve, but this one stuck out like a sore thumb. It's a reminder that security personnel are trained to spot the oddities, and no matter how clever you think you are, these operations often end in cuffs rather than cash. But the creativity doesn't stop there. Another guy tried to smuggle nearly 100 iPhones strapped all over his body. Number 10. Man busted for smuggling 94 iPhones. So imagine this scene at Hong Kong airport in 2015. A guy walks through like he's trying to pull off an old school magic trick with 94 iPhones strapped all over his body. He's got them taped under his clothes, hidden beneath a big red sweater and some baggy pants. The whole setup was so bulky that you could see him waddling, which is what first caught the customs officials' eyes. He was trying to sneak these brand new iPhones into mainland China, where they were in high demand because the release was delayed there. The smuggling of electronics for profit is a big deal, especially with tech items like iPhones, which can fetch a premium. But here's the kicker. He set off the metal detector like a Christmas tree, and all 94 phones were quickly discovered. It's wild to think he might have forgotten to turn them all off, right? This guy's attempt at high-tech smuggling ended with him facing legal consequences, showing how desperate, or perhaps naive, some can be when trying to make a quick buck. If you think electronics are odd, wait until you see what someone tried to travel with a human skull. Number 9. Man arrested with human skull in luggage. This one's straight out of a horror movie script, but it happened at an airport in Rome. A German professor was traveling when he got stopped by customs because of something very unusual in his luggage: a human skull. Now, you don't hear about that every day. He'd bought it from a market stall for just 50 euros, thinking it was a cool historical item, but he had no idea you can't just travel with human remains like that. The skull was well polished, but missing its lower jaw. Customs were all over this, and the professor was arrested for illegally possessing human remains. The skull was sent off for DNA testing to find out where it came from, which shows how seriously these incidents are taken. It's a reminder that even if you're part of a traveling theater group, some souvenirs are best left at home. And if skulls give you the creeps, imagine finding live tarantulas crawling out of a suitcase. Number 8. Live tarantulas discovered in suitcase. Imagine at Amsterdam airport, a suitcase is being scanned, and out came 200 live tarantulas. Yes, you read that right, 200. This German couple was transferring from Peru, and security noticed something odd about their luggage. Upon closer inspection, they found not just tarantulas, but a whole array of creepy crawlies like millipedes, beetles, and grasshoppers. It was like opening Pandora's box. The insects started escaping, causing chaos, with grasshoppers hopping everywhere and spiders giving everyone the chills. The whole ordeal was a nightmare for arachnophobes. Thank goodness these creatures were all confiscated. It's one of those stories that make you wonder what else people might try to smuggle through airports, especially when it comes to exotic pets that can invoke such a visceral reaction. But the surprises don't end there. Another smuggler attempted to walk through security with live fish hidden in her skirt. If you've enjoyed the video so far, hit that like button. Drop a comment with your thoughts or any wild airport stories you've heard. Let's keep the conversation going. Number 7. Woman charged with smuggling fish in skirt. Now, this is one of the weirdest smuggling attempts I've heard about. A woman arriving in Melbourne from Singapore was stopped because customs officers heard a flipping noise near her waist. What they found was beyond belief. She had live fish hidden in an apron-like garment under her skirt, in countless little pockets. It was like she was carrying around a miniature aquarium. Australia has some of the strictest customs laws on Earth, especially when it comes to wildlife. Smuggling live animals is a serious crime there, potentially leading to hefty fines or jail time. The officers were investigating what kind of fish they were, which could add another layer of legal trouble if they were protected species. It's both a comical and sad situation. Comical for how absurd the method was, and sad for the fish's welfare during this journey. From living creatures to inanimate wealth, you'll be shocked to hear about gold bars stashed in an airplane bathroom. Number 6. Gold bars found in plane bathroom. This story happened on a Boeing 737. After a flight from Mumbai to Bangkok, during the routine end-of-day check-in in Kolkata, cleaners found 2 bags filled with gold bars hidden in the airplane bathroom. These weren't just any gold bars, they were 24 in total, weighing about 53 pounds and worth around $1.2 million.
2 bags hidden in one of the toilets of the Jet Airways flight triggered first a bomb scare.
Imagine leaving behind a fortune like that by mistake, or perhaps on purpose because of a sudden change of plans. The logistics of hiding such dense, heavy items in an airplane bathroom where space is at a premium boggles the mind. How someone could misplace or forget such valuable items is beyond me, but it just goes to show that even in the most mundane places, like an airplane bathroom, you can find stories that are anything but ordinary. If you thought gold was hard to hide, how about smoke grenades in someone's carry-on? Number 5. 6 smoke grenades found in passenger's bag. So here's something that could have made for an explosive situation at Newark International Airport. A guy was all set to head to the Dominican Republic when his carry-on bag raised some red flags on the scanner. Inside, wrapped in thick bubble wrap, were 6 smoke grenades. You'd think by now people would know that smoke bombs and airplanes don't mix. It's not just illegal to carry these in New Jersey.
6 smoke grenades were found inside of a passenger's carry-on bag as he attempted to board a flight to the Dominican Republic.
But it's definitely not allowed on a flight. Imagine if one of these went off mid-flight. Chaos would ensue. The passenger, whose intentions are a mystery, had cleverly hidden them, but the X-ray didn't lie. Security allowed him to pass the grenades to a friend who wasn't flying, but the whole ordeal left us wondering why on earth someone would need 6 smoke grenades for a trip. It's a stark reminder that airport security isn't just looking for the obvious threats. They're on guard for anything that could compromise safety. But if you think smoke grenades are unusual, wait until you hear about the baby monkeys and lemurs found in luggage. Number 4. Baby monkeys and lemurs smuggled in suitcase. This story from a Russian airport is just heartbreaking. A man was caught with a suitcase full of baby monkeys and lemurs, 5 of each, all cramped in wicker boxes. They had journeyed from Vietnam, suffering without proper food or water. The noise from the suitcase finally tipped off the customs officers, leading to the discovery of these poor creatures. The man faced charges of animal cruelty and smuggling, which is a serious crime. These animals are often part of the illegal pet trade, where demand drives individuals to take such cruel measures. The baby animals were then taken to the Moscow Zoo for care, but the incident highlights the dark side of exotic pet smuggling. It's a tragic reminder of how far some will go to profit from wildlife at the expense of animal welfare. The smuggling doesn't just involve animals. The next story is about a boy hidden in a suitcase for a desperate journey. Number 3, Ivory Coast boy smuggled to Spain, inside suitcase. This one's heavy, man. In 2015, at a border crossing in Spain, security found an 8-year-old boy from Ivory Coast hidden inside a suitcase. The woman wheeling the suitcase was visibly nervous, and when it went through the scanner, they saw what looked like a human shape. The boy was in a terrible state, and the woman confessed she was paid by the boy's father to smuggle him into Europe. This wasn't about profit. It was a desperate family trying to reunite under harsh immigration laws. The boy's plight captured hearts worldwide, showcasing the dire situations that led to such desperate measures. It's a sobering tale of human trafficking, where the stakes are life and freedom, not just money. And from human smuggling to drug smuggling, a woman tried to use a fake pregnancy to hide cocaine. Number 2. Canadian woman arrested for smuggling cocaine in fake baby bump. Here's a tale from Bogota, Colombia, where a 28-year-old Canadian woman tried to sneak 2 kilos of cocaine into Canada using a fake pregnancy belly. The latex bump felt too cold and hard to be real, which tipped off the officials.
According to officials, 2 kilograms of cocaine could fetch up to $60,000 in Canada.
This method was innovative but risky, showing how far some will go to evade detection. Drug mules, as they're called, are often the most vulnerable, manipulated by those higher up in the drug trade. The woman faced severe consequences, serving time in Colombia, which serves as a grim reminder of the human cost behind drug smuggling operations. It's not just about the drugs. It's about lives entangled in a dangerous game with little personal gain. But if you think fake pregnancies are weird, wait until you hear about tourists trying to smuggle live eels. Number 1. Tourists caught smuggling 48 live eels. Now, this one's just weird. Tourists at Madrid airport were caught with 48 live eels in their checked luggage, heading to China. They had these eels in special chilled suitcases, which is somewhat considerate but still illegal. The eels, ranging from common to possibly protected species, were confiscated and sent to an aquarium for identification. You've got to wonder why anyone would need so many eels. It's like something out of a comedy sketch. But smuggling live animals is no laughing matter, especially when it involves protected species. This incident underscores how diverse and sometimes weird smuggling attempts can be, all while highlighting the importance of customs in protecting wildlife. We've reached the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe for more fascinating content. Tell us your favorite part in the comments below.